Name is Kale. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, and I work for HTL Freight. I am the operations manager there. And the team that we hired here, generally I interact with them covering my freight and also with them taking care of getting all of the paperwork and everything sorted for the loads that we haul. The people here in Medellin are integrated throughout our whole company. We have CSRs that help book our freight. They work with the carriers, they negotiate the rates, procure the trucks, they do all the things. We also have a back office team. I really work those guys hard. We have customers who have very specific requirements for very specific pieces of paperwork. Sometimes their paperwork's not good, and the team down here has just done a phenomenal job at making sure we have all our paperwork in order and we keep our customers happy. The LTL side of the house, they do a phenomenal job at negotiating with the different customers, procuring the carriers, keeping the rates right. I mean, they do the whole package for the LTL side. I would start with saying, if anybody's considering it, don't be afraid. It has worked really well, and it would work well for them too. We have used, it's 2024. We use a lot of different electronic and technology solutions in order to communicate with the team here and to integrate them into our company. Personally, we use like Teams and Ring Central and of course email. And so we're able to keep in constant contact with our team members here and guide them towards the way that they need to work in order to properly cover our freight and become part of an integrated part of the company. When it was first approached to me, I was just a little intrepid about having a team that was not right beside me, but it has worked out phenomenally. We're able to bring them in-house. We're able to get them trained on the way that we do operations, and they're very compliant and conforming to the way that we work, and they're able to do things the way we need them done. It's a fun story. When my manager first approached me about hiring people in Colombia, I was like, yeah, sure, hire people in Colombia. There is a Colombia, South Carolina that's about 80 miles from our office. And I originally thought that he was talking about that. So I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. So a couple days later, he asked me about it again. And I was like, yeah, sure. And I could not figure out why he kept approaching me about this and not just hiring people. I was like, are you gonna move people up here? Are you worried about people commuting and making it on time? I just don't understand why this Colombia thing is such a hang up with you. And he was like, no, I'm talking about nearshore. I'm talking about Colombia, South America. And I was like, oh, Colombia, South America. Okay, I see why it's a whole issue and why we need to take a little consideration with this. That's how I was introduced to the nearshore idea. The challenge that Talentek helped us solve, at the time when we approached them, we really were needing people to help with covering freight and getting freight out the door. And once we approached them and signed up with them, they came through phenomenally and got us people. And some of our people even had experience, and the ones that didn't were, very receptive to training and learning, and really helped us out at a time when we needed it very badly.